My father and I head out to the lobby. Look, the sign says taxi in kanji. Once I noticed that, I got onto the taxi.
Where you like to go?
We would like to go to Betsuki Hotel. I see that you are happy. You haven't been this happy before your mother died when you were 8 years old.
Dreamed of living in Japan, and now I finally got what I wanted. Now I can watch every anime out there. I can learn more Japanese, and I can know what Japanese people are talking about. Plus, I can watch anime without subtitles, which makes it even better. I can also learn kanji when I read manga, visual novel, and light novel.
Okay, Kireno.
While in the taxi, I look outside and saw the city. It looks like a futuristic city because of how many TV monitors are on the building. I saw a couple people watching something on the screen on the building. When we got to the hotel, I told the taxi driver, Arigato, sayonara. And the taxi driver said goodbye back. My father is getting the key to our room. I waited in the lobby. I thinking about what to see since Japan is a huge place with stuff to see like Mount Fuji. I'm also curious to hear the accents they have in this region of Japan. In Tokyo, they pronounce things different than what they do in Osaka.
Well, tomorrow I have to start searching for an apartment or house to live in. You probably will start school in the week of April 14th.
It would be best to do that. I wonder if the classrooms will look the same as they do in anime. Then I'll be very joyous to see that. I'll help with the apartments too, I said with an excited voice. In Japan, Japanese schools, their first day of school usually starts in April 1st. In a school year, in Japan, they have 240 days of school, and they have 5 to 6 days of school. Depends on which type of school you go to, public or private. So I'm going to school 2 weeks after it starts?
Your school you're going to is Betsuki High School, like the city name. Oh, I almost forgot to tell you that you have to take the transfer student entrance exam to get into the school. The subject will be Japanese, mathematics, science, social studies, and English.
So it's different from American school, where private schools you have to take the exam, and public schools don't have to take the exam.
Yes, every high school in Japan has to have entrance exams.
Okay, I have to study now so I can take the exam and pass it, so I can be in the school, I said in a nervous voice. I start studying some Japanese kanji to understand what they mean. I used my Alienware laptop and Google search words in Japan. The exam probably used hard words, since some words in English small, while in Japanese it's long, plus remembering the kanji. This will take a couple of weeks to do. I took 2 hours of studying for the exam for today. I'll do more every day until the exam comes. When I finished my studying, I Google an anime site to watch one of my favorite anime. It's one of the big three anime currently. When I was little, some kids were talking about this anime. I watched it and got inspired by it. One of my favorite characters said, "They saved me from myself. They rescued me from my loneliness. They were the first to accept me for who I am. They are my friends." That quote which got me inspired to not have no friends until the right ones come and accept me for who I am. It's been a week since the apartment search, and the feeling that I had during the last apartment. Today we're leaving the hotel and moving into the apartment, which is the Jiko apartment complex. The whole week I was studying my Japanese for a very long time. Now I can understand Japanese better. Plus, I printed some pages of Japanese so I can study my Japanese at the apartment, since the apartment will not have Wi Fi for a while, since we're moving in. I made sure I have my notes to study from. My father called them a day after we went, so they arrange and fix stuff before we move in. They said March 26th will be ready. It's March 26th now. We're packing up our suitcases. We have to leave the hotel by 12:30. When we left the hotel, go to Nagisa apartment complex. We had to go to the store to buy some stuff before we move in. We went to buy some futons so we can sleep some way. A futon is like a sleeping bag when you sleep on the floor. It's traditional for Japanese to sleep this way. I and my father got to the apartment complex. This time it didn't feel like I was watched like last time. so I wondered what it was that triggered me to think if I was watched.
Konnichiwa. Nice to see you two again. Here is the keys for PH2.
Arigato, Rika-san! I said, smiled back, and we're off to our apartment. We took the elevator up to the penthouse and got to PH2. My father the door with the key, and he handed me another key so I can get into the house from school or when I out, which is barely. I usually stay home, nothing to do outside. I play video games or watch anime the whole day. I went to my room and set up my laptop and my futon. Good thing I downloaded 20 anime series and a couple visual novels into my laptop to watch during the weeks without Wi-Fi. Some of the anime that I downloaded were Chunibyu Demo Koi ga Shitai, Lucky Star, Fruits Basket, Kami no Mizo Shizuru Sekai, Megami Hen, The God Only Knows, Goddesses, and others. And some visual novel I've downloaded are Air Cannon and Steins Gate. I've already finished Clannad and Little Buster's visual novels. For those you know, Air and Cannon are Key's visual novels. I've watched the anime versions of them from Koyani Animation. I'm planning to read Rewrite and another Key visual novel. I'll be reading it during Golden Week, since I don't have school. Then I don't want anything to interfere with it, since Rewrite will take more than a week. Visual novels are usually long because you go to a different character route to solve them with their problems and get to know them well. Key visual novels are usually romance visual novels. I usually get into the characters well. I tend to say stuff while reading it. Sometimes I think something for an hour before the main character, like Riki says. It's something as, I hope I see her always. Something I would say too. When a female character is sad or crying, I tend to really want to be there for them, but I can't since they don't exist. When I play visual novels, I usually feel like if I was in it. Talking to the heroines always makes me smile. I want to talk to them. You can call me 2D-kun, since I like anime girls over real girls. The girls I like are sweet, gentle, honest, and innocent, and who I can laugh with. Most of the people go for appearance, while I go for personality, like I said. I'll name 4 of the girls I like. Nagisa Furukawa from Clannad, Asuna Yuki from Sword Art Online, Miho Azuki from Bakuman, and Misuzu Kamiyo from Air. I wish for them to exist. I'll actually can talk to them. I'll not be scared, plus they would accept me for who I am. That night I studied for my exam. Soon after I went to sleep. Next morning I got up. My father left for work, so I stayed home. During the afternoon I thought to go somewhere in the city. I grabbed my laptop and I went out. I saw Rika-san while going out from the apartment complex. I said, "Konnichiwa, Rika-san."
Konnichiwa, Kireno-san. How was the first day here?
It was great except for no internet in the apartment. I said, "Is there a cafe shop around I could go to?" It will be good to ask that since I like to check on my videos on YouTube to see what people comment on. But a lot of time I get negative comment. But I don't care what they say. I just to see if I got comments and likes on my videos.
It's couple blocks down. You have to go right on the corner this block, then you keep going straight and it will be there. The cafe shop name is Rara Kitasen.
In Japanese language, they don't have L, so most of the time we watch anime, the subs will translate it to R, like Luca from Yu-Gi-Oh! 5Ds. The subs will call her Ruka instead of Luca. Arigato, I thank her.
Doi tashimaoshite.
She meant you're welcome, for those of you who don't know what that meant. So I have to turn right on the corner, then I have to go straight, I told myself. I went there and I saw the sign. As I opened the door, it was a nightmare. It was a girl in a maid costume greeting people in. With that logic, I knew it was a maid cafe. I wasn't sure I should go in or not, but I decided to go in because I am a gentleman.
Welcome home, Goshijin-sama.
I sat at a table in the middle because I can hear other people speaking around me. I saw a couple boys doing pervert things, since maids are wearing skirts, so it's easy to see their panties. As for me, if someone's wearing a skirt, I tend to look away. And if I see inside the skirt in some way, because I know it's wrong to do, and I don't want to be called hentai. English means pervert.
Can I take your order, Goshijin-sama?
I would like an orange juice and a strawberry keiki, I answered in Japanese. Since I studied a couple weeks, and I watched over 150 anime, that's why I can speak Japanese. While waiting for my order, I got on my laptop and set up the Wi Fi from the cafe. I paid the maid for the password. I got the internet. They sat at the table behind me while I was on my laptop searching stuff on YouTube. I could hear what they were talking about in Japanese.
Good thing. We are going to be second year of high school next week. Then all the first year will call us senpai.
Yes, they will not treat us young ones anymore.
But we still lower than the third years. But I won't mind them since they have respect us than the first years.
I hope that girl won't be in our class this time. This whole year was pain in the ass because of her. What the flip? Since she always gets the highest score in our class, all the time, said the desert girl in an irritated voice. Plus she is cold to some people. When they ask her to come over to lunch last year, she said, I don't want to be friends with anyone. And then she started to wear that too. What the fuck? Fuck her and her no friends shit out of a butt. I want to be the smartest in the class and not her.
Clam down, Okila. I also hope we might not fucking get her in our class.
This is one of the reasons I don't want friends, because a lot of people swear, which makes it hard to talk to, since I don't like to swear. I never swore in my entire life. That's why I don't swear. When people know that I don't swear, they usually say, Sorry, Kireno. When I tell them it's okay, that's who they are. I don't want them to change around me. I just want them to be who they are. I've been in the cafe for an hour. I thought I'd pay the bill and leave. I got the bill and paid it. While they were talking, I started to pack up and leave.
You forgot your USB on the table.
Arigato. Sorry about that, I said. I left. It looks like it's around 5 p.m. I went back to home and saw Rika-san.
Did you find the cafe?
Yes, but it was a surprise what cafe it was. Since I've never been to that type of cafe, I answered. See you later, Rika-san.
Sayonara, Valley-san.
I rose up to the highest point of the architecture. I got home and started studying for the exam on next Thursday. While I was studying, I'd look up the school so I know what it looks like and what classes they have. Next week is going to be a tough week.